welcome back to Adventures in Silvernail Campaign 5. What the Fae, the Odyssey of Chaos. This is episode 13. We're back, bitches. The easy answer is our 5 players have found themselves in the Fae, in the Court of Summer, in the Firefly Forest, at the door of the Wildfire Grove, home to Desiree Almira, where she has realized her alarm is going off. A fire alarm, it feels too pun because it's more like an alarm. Anyways, the alarm is going off. Trees are attacking. Things are going bad. We left off with a giant explosion, but before that, we did roll initiative, and I will use that initiative. But this will be known to my players who do homebrew with me. I like to sometimes take us back to the beginning, and just to remind us. And by I mean my players will take us through a brief journey from their perspective of things that have been happening, just to see what is on their characters' minds, what's been going on, because a lot of things have happened in these 13 episodes. From some people learning the Fae is real and being there, to some people learning that weird gods and all kinds of craziness is going on. So we'll start at top of turn order with Tidbit. Or I rather, Ben, how's Tidbit been experiencing his experience thus far? I've had experience so many times. Wow.
What an experience.
I think Tidbit's been treating this experience as kind of the first bit of chaos they've ever been thrown into. They kind of had the easy life, school wasn't hard, and now there's consequences? Excuse me? Surrounded by a bunch of people that were really not the best first impressions all around, but Tidbit's warming up to them, making a few friends here and there, second guessing some snap judgments. Although the cheese is a mystery. The cheese is not cheese. It's everything I've known about that has been contradicted just moments later. So I think Tidbit's really in a state of like, okay, we're feeling it out. We're on the right path. And also, that's a metal circle that was been yelling at me, and I licked it?
That's on you.
Yeah, it's on me.
Perfect. And just a fun question: who would Tidbit consider his closest ally in the party? Just they don't know that, but I would like to know. Who you feel comfy with?
I think Tidbit's closest ally at the moment would be Ursine, because they've done nothing overtly problematic. They're like the least likely to disturb the peace at the moment, whether with good intent or bad intent.
Perfect. Love that. And coincidentally enough, Andrew is up next. Andrew, what's Ursine's experience been like thus far?
Stressful. Again, his super objective is to retire, ultimately. And that's not what he's doing right now, which is stressful. He already basically has 3 kids that he needs to babysit, and now there's all of these chaotic people doing God knows what. That's a little bit stressful. Really just trying to do his best to, keep on track of like our goal, but also while still trying to maintain like natural balance. Which is why like going off to like do something about the rot beasts and stuff was like an acceptable thing to do, and like rebuilding that forest was an acceptable like time to like waste, I guess. But he's doing his best to keep us on track, on his terms, I guess. And everybody's stressed.
Not we all know, no one has favorite kids, but maybe some people have least favorite kids. Of the party, who causes you the most stress, do you think?
Probably probably Shadowfield the most, probably. He's aware of like the the sort of like zombified food folk thing that's like running around, and then he sees some food folk, and food folk are chill and stuff, but like, yeah, I mean, and now a robot. I'm sure that he knows a little bit about Van Greech and the morality of the Warforged. So I'm sure that he's a little bit stressed about that as well.
Yeah, it's like one of those concepts that's hard to like you are a living human being who's obsessed with nature, and there are robots who do robot things, and it's like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Perfect. Thank you. Our queen, Desiree Almira. Erica, how's her time been?
I think that this experience so far hasn't been anything that would be too out of the norm for her, with various like excursions, spying quests, things that she's been on, her own little side quest. This would kind of seem like a normal week to her, but something that is very interesting about this is she's not working alone for the first time. And so having to take in other personalities, just coexisting with other people is a new but exciting thing for her. And I think in her perception, every single member of the party is now her best friend. And she's also looking forward to, being reunited with her parents and also extended family on her family tree as moving forward, even though this alarm is disturbing.
Perfect. And in my brain, when I think of Desiree's best friend, it's who has the longest entry that Desiree's written about them. And so I do ask that. Who in the party do you think Desiree's written the most about?
Definitely Sylvie. Ever since Sylvie was the first member in the party to officially agree to be Desiree's friend, well, now this is a whole experience in itself. I need to know everything about this bitch. What's their favorite color? What's their blood type? What's their family tree? I need the great, 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 great grand granny. I need to meet her. I need to get to know her. So I imagine there's page after page after page of solely observations that she has written about of Sylvie so far, let alone all of the information that like Sylvie has told her about or told about themselves.
Cute. Okay. And coming up next is Sylvie, the girl who tells, or the person, I should say, sorry, who tells lots of stories. And now I'm interested to know that since someone's writing them down, will those stories all add up? Well, Tanner, tell us, how's Sylvie's experience been thus far?
So, I guess Sylvie's experience, I mean, this hasn't really been that chaotic in all honesty. Like, I feel like Sylvie's used to at least like a lot more like chaotic bloodshed rather than like teaming up with people and doing stuff. Like, I usually just like solo run this stuff. So, like, also the team up is like kind of new for Sylvie in that regard, not used to like maneuvering those type of ways. Um, Definitely like haven't met a robot before, so like that's been weird. It's also weird to meet like outside people that literally want to do nothing. That's just like a strange concept. Like you don't even want to stir the pot. That I don't understand. And then Desiree, she's a shifty one. I don't think she realizes that like she could probably pop the fuck off if she wanted, but like we'll get her there. And then I really want to see Tidbit murder something.
Uh, who do you / Sylvie think most closely aligns with them in the party? Who does Sylvie have the most kin with?
Hmm.
The real Sylvie. So it may not
Yeah.
be a relationship you actually have, but you're like,
Yeah, no, for sure. I would say that I have the most kinship with. Was
yeah,
that?
in the sense of like, who do you have to keep your eye on? Or who do you keep your eye on the most because they remind you of you in the way you're like, oh, if I'm working like this, and so you're like also looking for the person who.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Definitely Desiree. I think Desiree's mind works a little everywhere, which is kind of essential to figuring things out most of the time. But also, like, doesn't do it in plain sight. Very in here. So, like, it's interesting to see how Desiree projects it out, needless to say. And we're
Cute.
friends.
Nice. And last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, the robot we've all know and love, the cheese we all have some interesting feelings about. Sharp, Cheddarfield. Scott, how's Sharp been doing? What's this been like?
Sharp he's in the end game. What he's been looking for his whole life. We're there. So he's very impatient that we're healing forest and talking to gods in bubble baths, and we're not freaking moving. So he's definitely impatient. But he's excited. Doesn't really have to hide anymore. Um, kind of just can just go. It's the first time he's really dealt with people who kind of find themselves important. Usually dealing a lot with people who are like, I don't know, easy to manipulate. But these people all seem to think they've got something going on, so they're a little harder to move as a chess piece. But I'm finding ways.
Who, you say chess, who do you think is who do you think is like the most useful to your machinations? Has anyone like piqued your interest in getting you what you want?
Well, it's between Sylvie and Desiree. Sylvie voluntarily, Desiree involuntarily. I found a way to kind of shift Desiree's dreams into my own machinations and whatever I want. See if I can keep doing that. Sylvie definitely just blatantly knows the whole plan now, and I'm ready to sell my soul to the devil to get some help. It sounds like that could be a possibility. Tidbit, I just want to get to his god, but that's a 30-layered onion right there, and Ursine, I have no use. So I don't even see why he's here.
Same.
He's like, that's what I've been trying to say.
Well, and that, my friends, is the new and improved Will of Asteri. Five soloists brought together to form the newest, hottest Fae group who will either save the Fae, doom the Fae, or give it one hell of a makeover. We will find out in due time, I suppose. We've got another at least 30, 40, 50 episodes to go, so let's see what shit they start to stir as we get into the chaos of the primordial princes and the bad things, and also the fact that there is a fire alarm going off. I bring us rapidly right back to that moment. It is hot as hell. So hot that our friend Sharp had to de-cheese himself. On the ground is a melting cheese suit that melts like wax, not like cheese, to be clear. Our party is surrounded by 4 trees. I've easily named them north, south, east, and west.
Clever.
Fun fact, they're also in those locations and they surround you. You notice that you don't know where you are in the sense of physical space. Ursine would automatically know that he can only be lost by magical means. Something is trying to prevent them from going forward. The smoke or the fog has pulled in behind you. The trees have already exploded and you all already took damage. I'm gonna assume. I don't remember actually.
I took
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
assume
damage.
then I believe you. I already have your initiatives rolled, and so we're gonna go right back into it at the top with our friend Tidbit. You stand in a 90 diameter grove, trees north, south, east, and west. They don't seem to be moving, but they exploded in their spaces and have just recently hurt you. You all stand there. Initiative has been rolled, and we are in it to win it, my friends. Take it away.
Tidbit's gonna start off with casting an emboldening bond between all of our party, giving us a d4 per turn that we can use, as well as our teleporting stuff and shenanigans as well, so long as we're within 30 feet of each other.
For attacks?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get the D4. Is that also with the 30 feet, or is that just
Also with the 30 feet.
Okay, it's gotta be within 30 feet of just one other person, not all of you.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, so as long as 2 people within 30 feet, they can get the boost. Copy. All right. That was your action? Bonus action?
Yeah. Whole action.
Boom. Anything else from our froggy friend?
That's it for Tidbit at the moment. Just staying put right there.
Oh, blessed by God. The first to be hit, the tree to the north is going to make a series of attacks. Man, where's that? There it is. Hold for damage. Hold for roller. Pulling up character sheet again. There it is. Thank you. That is going to be. Oh my God. It is. Leaves are kind of rattling off the tree to the north, and they fly at you, almost like series of a light, like just beams of light coming at you, but they are in fact leaves flying through the air, incinerating and burning towards you. It's going to be a 22 to hit, a 16 to hit, and a 21 to hit.
The 16 does not.
Nice. 2 of them hit then. All right. That is going to be. Oh. So many dice to roll. Love that for me. Plus. You take 36 points of damage between the 2 hits, a mix of fire and slashing.
Ooh. Oh dear. Nobody wants to teleport in front of Tidbit and take this, do they?
How much is it again?
36.
36. What kind of damage?
Part fire, part slashing.
Would
Don't worry
teleporting
yourself.
would doing that be a reaction by me? Or do I just do it? No.
If I hadn't have taken 50 damage before we left last episode, maybe.
You're gonna heal people, Tidbit. They said it's your job. All right, no one takes the hit for the Tidbit, but it's okay. Also, I will say that before this combat started, people did take a ton of damage. 50 for Scott, and I'm assuming around that much for other people as well. Go back and watch it, guys. It's, I'm sure, a great time. Up next is Ursine.
So the things that are like, how far away are these things? North, south, east, west.
40. If you are standing in the center of the grove, which I will say you are, 45 in each direction from you.
Okay.
45.
Okay. And these are trees.
Trees.
Trees, splendid. I'm going to cast Speak with Plants. It's a 4th level spell. 4th, maybe 3rd, probably 3rd. I don't think I have 4th. Yeah, it's 3rd. It's 3rd. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna walk up 15 feet because it's a 30-foot range. And I'm gonna say, hello, friends. I think there's a little bit of confusion here. This is Desiree. You must be familiar. In like a positive sense.
You've spoken to many a plant life before. They often, some just talk to you. What comes out of these plants as you try to speak to them is kind of scary. It's a mix of if you imagine like a zombie trying to speak to you, but its mouth can't open, like almost kind of like sewn shut, but also it speaks in roars. So the tree is kind of just like really like painfully dragged out groans. But it does not seem to like. There's no like relation to its sounds and the words you're saying to it. It is just making these noises. You don't think it understands what you're saying, or it may not be. Though it is alive, it may not be sentient in the way you are used to dealing with. Druids are weird. They do bind trees. You would know that. So
Yes. I'm gonna turn back to Desiree. Is this morally good? Is this good? Is that fine? This seems weird. I'm gonna bonus action create my double within 10 feet of me. And gonna walk back a little bit too.
perfect. And it is desert. Oh, actually, sorry. The tree from the back. It shake, rattles, and rolls. And last to act, first to get hit. It is going to shoot some attacks at. Oh man. It saw you first before you made the clone, so it's gonna attack the base one. That's gonna be not the best thing in the world. A 10, a 20, and a 17 to hit.
The last two hit. I have a 14 AC.
Girl, somebody get the man a shield.
Or something.
Okay, that is gonna be. Oh man. Coming at you hot, 33 points of a mix of slashing and fire damage.
How
If anyone
much?
needs,
How much fire damage?
how
How
much
much
is that?
fire damage?
That is 9 points of that is fire damage.
It's not worth it. Okay. How much is the total?
33. Yeah, a bulk of
That's
it is,
not worth it at all.
the bulk of it is slashing damage. It's
Fucking
8d4 of slashing. Well, it's 4d4 if you get hit by one of them of slashing damage and 2d6 of fire damage. But it's gotta hurt. It also can't. If you think about it, it can't do fire damage if it's supposed to protect things in the court of summer because they all are fire. So it's got to do mostly something else. Otherwise, it's a really bad alarm system.
Yes.
On to the next one, Desiree. For the fans, does Desiree speak Draconic fluently?
No, she does not.
Perfect. As we know, this is your first time at this grove. You do know that the last grove, the password was the name of your great great grandmother, Desandra, in Draconic. And make me a intelligence. No, give me a history or insight. Split between the mental stats.
That was a
See.
21 for history.
Perfect. And you remember that it was not named after her simply honorifically. It was named after her because the grove that made that the tree that birthed that Druid Grove was Desandra. Her body became that tree that started the whole grove, which is kind of why everyone's always close. Those trees, for the most part, are almost always beings. These trees, not people. These are not your family members that you're fighting. These are animated and in theme for what you do.
Okay.
But you know what the old password was, which can kind of maybe either help your brain try to figure out the new password, or you can fight for your life. But got options.
Well, I mean, I feel like if she hasn't confirmed that that's not the same password, that she's going to do that. So she's going to walk up to stand directly next to where Ursine is. I know he stepped back a little bit, but wherever he is, she's going to call out and she's going to say, "Please, don't be alarmed by the presence of my companions. We mean no harm. I'm Desiree of the Elmira branch, a great descendant of Desandra." And she's gonna clasp her hands together and say Desandra's name. And you said it was Draconic, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. She's gonna say her name in Draconic, and as she clasps her hands together, she's gonna cast Fire Shield on herself. And so her already burning body within flames becomes almost triple that and goes out a 20-foot light radius. So these are giant flames bursting off of her body now. And I can do it with a warm shield or a chill shield. So she'll actually cast it as a chill shield. That's so hard to say. What the hell?
I know it is.
And so you'll see that orangey red fire tones kind of like turn into like bluish whitish tones on the end as she clasps her hands together almost like she's trying to like do some ritualistic spell for these tree guardians.
Perfect. And for the girls at home, that makes you immune, resistant.
Resistant to fire and cold damage now.
Perfect, perfect. Oh, where have we seen blue flames before? That's crazy. Perfect. As you speak, Desandra's name in Draconic, Ursine, you see there is a moment, like, Desandra has the whole, like, speech she gives before she says the Draconic name, and you see that the tree is kind of doing this weird thing, and then through her whole speech, nothing is happening until she says the name in Draconic, and you can tell that you can tell that it may not recognize what she said. The password does not work. It does not change energy, but you know that this tree at least understands Draconic. This thing is speaking in Draconic, so the password must be in Draconic. Also, no, that's all you know about weird dragon trees. Yep, that's all you would know. Thank you.
Yeah. I haven't really run into many dragon trees.
You know, it's not the most common thing unless you're from the Fae. But no, the password does not work. That is, however, a free action. If you want. Oh wait, no, and then you cast the
Yeah,
spell.
hoping it
Okay.
would put on a little show or something. I don't know. Performance check.
I'm burning up. After you is East Tree, and it's gonna, follow suit. Here we go. It look like favoritism. That's crazy. A 9, a 10, and a 12 to hit.
Period.
It's just giving. It's throwing the leaves at you as you're like blowing out the spire, and it's like Beyonce fanning you. Like it's giving drama. No one, like only your party's watching, but it is giving like, oh, this bitch she does this for like maybe a living. Like it's giving like fire druid realness, but also everything here is giving fire druid realness. But it is hot, no pun intended. Yeah, so no damage for you. On to the next one, Sylvie.
Yeah. So coincidentally, I do speak fluent Draconic. Like, have they been speaking that the whole time? Like these trees?
They don't. Well, only Ursine can hear what they're saying because
Oh,
he can't
hear them.
speak
Oh, okay.
with plants. But they're not speaking necessarily. It's giving like zombie tree
Word.
talk.
How would I say Desiree's enunciation of her Draconic in the password was? Like
How
when
would you say
I
it?
feel like I would recognize like what she was saying. Would it have been like, oh, I was like, oh, she said that well, or would I have been like, because it's a free action. I'm like, if she didn't really say it
Oh,
well, I would like be like, it's this, and then go about
gotcha,
my
gotcha.
turn.
I don't know if oh, you're trying to you're trying to critique her draconic. I see.
We're coach.
Yeah. You could make me a what's that? Give me a performance check. The actor in you is like Leviosa. It's giving like you're over there just like.
And she also just like went Beyonce, so I'm like, this is good. Performance. Oh, I'm good at that. That would be a 25.
Yeah, as you're kind of like mouthing it to yourself as she says it is the accurate pronunciation. You just think it may be if that was the password, it was if that was supposed to be the password, it
It
was
would have
just the wrong.
worked.
Yeah, it was just the
Yeah,
wrong password.
got you.
hmm
Okay, that's what I was trying to get out of that. Anyways, which one of the trees hasn't gone yet?
West hasn't gone.
Okay, I'm gonna fly or note it off like the chill vibe that's coming off of everything. Sylvie's gonna cast Investiture of Ice. And so I'm just gonna be a little Arctic fairy, and now there is just like cold wreathing my body within a 15-foot radius of me. I think it's 15. Oh, 10-foot radius of me. it's difficult terrain for creatures other than me, and the radius moves with me when I do. And I am going to dart towards the west.
I want to sing it so bad. Oh, it's like copyright. Don't do it. Yeah. I know you said dart, not dash, so you still have movement. I'm assuming because it was 15 feet away from you to get there. Just for brain math.
Oh, it was only 15 away to get to the.
No, I'm so sorry. It is 45 feet away from you.
Yeah, I only got 30, so.
Okay. I was
15
gonna say I
away.
think it's 15 was the yes. That's
Yeah.
what it was. But you have you can. I mean, you don't have to, but you can shoot a cone of cold that's 15 feet with Investor of Ice. Am I making that up? That sounds like
Yeah, can I do that within like the same action economy as casting Investiture?
Well,
Can't say
since I
that.
brought it up, I'm gonna say yes. Cause it'd be awkward if I was
Say no
like,
more
hey,
then.
you
I'm
should do
gonna
this
cast
thing.
Cone of
I was
Cold,
like,
15
just
foot
kidding, you
range.
can't do it. I'm like, awkward.
Then yes.
Freezing winds.
There it is. Like,
Right?
I know it has some kind of name. I was like,
Con
don't they all
saving
like do
throw,
something?
4d6 cold
Oh,
damage,
yeah.
half success.
Look at that. Okay, con save.
18.
Oh, Jesus.
You better save it.
Oh, I rolled an 18. Ha!
Damn, never mind. Still take
take
half,
half damage,
though.
though.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Oh.
No, I can't. That's not against me. Never mind. Damn it.
19.
Oh.
So that would have been 19 cold damage.
So it takes.
9.
Yeah, 8 cold damage.
That was west. Copy that.
Weast.
West.
Least.
Perfect. All right, and then since we squaring up, it is going to. For the first time. So the trees have been throwing these things at you. You run up to this thing. You get 15 feet away from it. You shoot that cone of cold. This tree lurches its foot or its roots and moves 5 feet towards you, and then and it starts to make slam attacks. It does have a small movement speed, and it also has a 10-foot range with these branches. So just close enough to smack you up. So that's gonna be let's see if we hit first. You are the tank of the party. I want better dice. Hi. Okay. That's 19 is the highest of the 3 rolls.
Well, that one hits. And I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs as a reaction on that one.
Okay. Need lower than a 13. I rolled a nat 1. Okay. Who's getting advantage?
I will give it to Sharp, I guess is still his name.
Sharp, you have advantage on your next D20 roll.
You find a way, even when doing something nice, to make it sound a little mean. I guess.
It's the fan of it. You can't help it. It's like
You're
whatever
lucky my
you
character's
are
so
now.
full of pride, you guys.
It's programmed in there. Like I can't turn it off. I'm actually just prideful.
It's just fear.
Perfect. So yeah, nat 1. So the one that did make it through now doesn't make it through. As you fly up, you throw the ice at it. It comes to swing down. You kind of like have the ice holding it out in a very dramatic scene as it's bringing these branches down. One kind of comes through, and you just turn your head, and your eyes flash, and ice forms up around you and blocks it, and keeps you just beautifully you're just like daintily like. Wow. As this big ass tree is trying to beat you up, and it's just like ice is swirling around you, and you're just like, what's it like? It's if Granny could see you,
Word.
Also, like, it's a fire tree swinging at you, and you're blocking it with like snow and freeze, so like you're a cold bitch. Okay, so let me stop hyping you up. It's our favorite friend, the Shade. It is Sharp.
Okay, so this thing that we're in, is this like an alternate dimension? Can we see outside of it in the woods?
Outside of the 90-foot diameter or the 45 in each direction is like a fog, a mist that rolled in. That happened as soon as you guys hit the center point when you walked in here. It rolled in, and then things started getting weird and disorientating. You do know. I mean, you guys you know it's a druid grove. Like you know, like that you are at Desiree's house, and this alarm system is going off because you are there. It just doesn't recognize that who is here. So your options are either to turn it off with the password or to turn it off manually, which is break the alarm system, aka destroy it. Or if someone is inside, that maybe they come and turn they see something, realize something's happening, and they come and turn it off. But you know where you are. It is technically it's not a different dimension, but you know why the weirdness is happening. You just can't stop it. Or can you?
All right. I don't think I've experienced something like this before, Sharp. So I think I'm just gonna take my turn to learn. I'm gonna use my spell storing item to cast invisibility on myself,
Mm-hmm.
and then roll my 40 feet movement towards the closest edge of this. So I'm basically like 5 feet away from the edge, just so I can get
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though I'm seeing fog, I think I'll use my next turn to see if I can just get out of it, even if it hurts me. But I am invisible.
Okay, yeah, and I assume you run to an edge that is not next to a tree, so you just
Yeah, I'll go kind
moving
of
to
like
a safe.
in between two of the trees.
Gotcha. Uh, Noted. Thank you. Is there any? Oh, the action was casting invisibility. Okay,
Yeah.
because using the item is the act. Yes. Okay, great. I'm just gotta make sure. I'm like, you do a lot of
Yep.
things. Great. Okay, and then we hit top of turn order. Is Tidbitty.
So the only person outside of 30 foot from me is Sharp right now. Because Sharp's invisible, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, Sharp. Yeah, he's invisible, but also the answer is yes. You can hear those squeaks moving somewhere.
Question:
You got a
If
20 perception. Yes.
if Sylvie went close enough to do the ice thing, and then I went, can I go the angle in between the trees so I'm still within 30 feet of Sylvie? Is that still possible?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'm running northwest because Sylvie
Gotcha.
went west. Okay.
Yeah. So the people who are out of 30 feet would just be Sharp. Sylvie is at the 30-foot mark, and then Sharp is
40.
yeah at the 40. And Sylvie can feel the pull, like you can feel that bond, like you're connected to, you know, Sylvie is connected like what, four of the people, whereas everyone else is connected to three of the people, or whatever that right math is.
Yeah.
But yeah, magic.
Okay. Well then, I'm gonna use a mass cure wounds. Just staring up, belting out my frog bellow as like a nice, good vibe just kind of washes out. Though I don't think I'll be able to hit Sharp with that. But Tidbit will work on that later.
Perfect. Roll those hit dice.
Did you just hit your teeth?
There's an ice cube in there and it just flew in the back of my throat, and that was not
Hmm.
funny.
Got ice boarded.
What? Gagging on screen. That's crazy. Season 5.
It's one of those episodes.
Always.
Okay. So that is 39 healing.
Everybody get 39. Then the metal G.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And then, ooh. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. You just know I can't feel bad about it. It's fine. Tip of the end of your turn.
Yeah.
All right. From our north tree, we have a series of attacks. Okay. There are 2 coming at Tidbit. Oh my god. Okay, well, I rolled a 3 and a 1, so there's that. And the North Tree. Get this to Scott. As you run up, you cast invisibly. Or I guess you roll up. You roll up. You're looking at the mist, trying to acknowledge it. You have the presumed safety of invisibility on you. You know, it's like I cast invisibility, people can't see me, so you don't think about things looking at you. But out of the corner of your eye, 'cause I know you got a high passive investigation, so you're watching this, and you can't help but notice that the leaves on that tree start to fly towards you as it makes its third attack on you. I can confirm that these trees do have a fuck ton of blind sight. Uh,
Damn it!
They're trees. They're trees.
Who would have?
Trees, yeah.
I should have known, dude. Every time I think tree, I think they
it's in
see.
the and also it's funny because Desiree kind of mentioned it's like it's in the roots, like that it is all connected, like this grove is all one
They
thing.
felt me run.
I see you, bro. That is going to be a 22 to hit. Here comes the damage.
We're gonna use
Oh.
lucky on that.
Okay. A 18 to hit.
We're just gonna take that one.
It's okay, it's only one of them. And then we're gonna have it's 15 points of slashing and fire damage. I can give you that split if you need it.
I don't think I'm resistant to anything but I think poison.
But being fucking awesome.
Let's see. Yes, I'm resistant to being awesome. Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah,
I'll
in my
take
brain,
15.
it was. I was like, yes, 15. Perfect. And then Earth sign.
So we can not like see out of the fog at all, right?
Correct.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Blur on myself, which is a concentration spell up to a minute, and you're going to have disadvantage on attack rolls against me. And then I'm going to do a bonus action attack on North through my Echo. Yeah.
Hit me with it.
It's going to be. I don't add anything to bonus action attacks, right?
Oh, like 2 of them fighting, like using like a second attack.
Yeah.
You,
I don't think that I do.
I think it's a flat roll.
Mhm.
But you still add your modifier to the damage. You just don't add you just don't get the proficiency
Okay, cool.
on the roll.
And then we have tidbits, like blessing or whatever, right?
Yes.
So that's going to be a 19 total.
To hit? Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that is going to be the 8 plus 3. That's going to be 7. And I'm going to use my gathered swarm to do an additional 1 piercing damage. So it's going to be 8 piercing damage total to North.
8. That's the highest amount of damage that's been done to it, which is also a tie for the only amount done to it, which is 2 8s. They're gonna go out. The trees are going down. No, perfect. Anything else from you?
I feel bad about doing this. It hurts
Well,
my heart.
uh, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So 14 plus 5. So that's a 19.
It's like a really pretty flower bouquet that's fake flowers. Like they're supposed to look real. They're supposed to imitate real things, but like they're not plants. Like for a person who like, yeah, like like as a ranger that druids wouldn't use like regular trees to be like protect me. Like they would build their own trees like from their own essence, and so it's like they're magical familiar tree type thing. So like there's putting trees up. Once the spell ends, they will more than likely once this is over, they'll more than likely just regrow and like do this again to whoever triggers the attack next time. It's not like you could take your heart out of it.
Cool. I feel significantly
Sorry.
less bad.
Yeah.
Probably.
Make me feel bad.
Yes, I pass.
Okay, perfect. And then that fake tree is gonna attack you. So
Good.
this also makes you feel less bad about it because it is beating you up. 3
With
attack.
disadvantage.
You know, I would roll with disadvantage if you needed it, but alas, so bad, so bad.
Good.
I rolled so
Very
many
good.
d20s, and they're all so low,
Splendid. Lower than 14?
so low,
Good.
so
Good.
low.
Very good. I approve.
Even old Desiree would be fine. It's so low. It's crazy. That let me just close this app again. Let me just reopen it. Just
Don't reset it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's doing good actually.
Yeah.
It's not giving story I want. It's giving I'm gonna beat these trees up and they're gonna watch. Like that was Desiree. That to you.
Desiree's gonna run about 15 feet in the direction that she saw the trees shoot. Yeah, because I'm assuming that I saw the tree shoot at invisible sharp.
Oh yes, it's the one that shot.
Yeah, so
weirdly.
I'm gonna run 15 feet in that direction. So he is in my 30-foot range, and everyone else is as well. And I'm also gonna cast another mass cure wounds, so everybody can get some health. And
2 healers.
I imagine her like flames just kind of like brighten out even more, and that warmth kind of heals a little bit of you in the inside, kind of like being by the fire. So everyone will get 25 points of healing.
Nice. That first mass cure wounds comes through backed by the
Hell
chord of
yeah.
music and feels all magical and musical and whimsical. And that second one comes through almost like slightly traumatic because it's like more fire, but then it's like ooh, oh that feels nice. It's like a warm hug, and you're like oh, and you can just feel your wounds healing up. It's very refreshing. Um, anything else from you?
That'll be it. I feel like at this point right now, she's probably also incapable of attacking them. She seems that it is wrong, so she probably is not gonna do that until she's forced to.
She's got too much
It's
heart.
fine. They're kind of dead.
They look too much like me. It sends a shiver down my spine.
Fine. That's fair.
The East will attack. They don't feel that same bias, so fret not, friend. East is gonna make a shot at our friend Desi.
I feel like if any of like her parents or any of her family is watching, then this just makes her look bad. If she's like attacking their security system and like, oh, by the way, I'm home. Hey.
Makes you look bad. Why are they turning off the security
Well,
system?
I mean, I assume it's gonna like break, and then they're not gonna be protected.
You not wrong. I didn't say that. But also you're not wrong. But I like chaos, so break the system. Plus 5. So an 18, a 17, and a 15. I don't know what Tracy is.
You said 17. That's the only one that hits.
18, 17, 15.
Oh, that 18 also hits.
Okay, gotcha. And you're now you're resistant to fire.
Yeah, I'm resistant to fire and cold now,
Okay.
and some more things, I think.
It's actually all of it. Let me just roll this part first. So 23 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And
I'm fine now.
15 points of fire damage reduced down to 7.
Heard. I got spell slots. We can keep doing this for hours.
Do this for days.
That's east. Sylvie, the
Yeet.
tree that's slide to slap you.
Yeah, stupid mistake.
Oh,
So I'm going to bonus action Arcane Augment attack reduction on the one in front of me.
Okay,
So it will subtract 5 from its attack.
copy.
And then I am going to action Cone of Cold, which is a con save on your part.
I fail.
Nice.
That is 16, but it's a fail.
Another 19 cold damage. And then since
Okay.
I cast a spell in my malleable caster, I can use my chain mace since it's up on me now and
It did
attack
close
it
the
with
range.
that. That will be a 27 to hit,
It
assuming
does.
that hits.
It misses.
And that will be 13 bludgeoning damage.
You know, I did once see a DM who made a monster that had a reverse AC, so you had to roll under the thing to hit it, and it was a really big problem because everyone had super cool things, so they were stripping down to get all their buffs off, trying to break this thing because it was killing them, and they could not hit it because it was a very interesting thing. So not that that'll come up, but I do often think about that when that moment happens. I'm like, you don't know, it could be homebrew cast. There's
With
something
Tidbit
Scott would
around,
do.
you get to add so much.
Like, take my glove. Okay. But beautiful. That tree is now taking some damage. Per. And it doesn't like that, so it's gonna beat you up.
At disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh. Welcome back.
Woo.
Well, the first one was two of the same number, aka 19. 19 hits. Hit last time?
Yeah,
I don't
they
remember.
both hit.
Well, just one because that was
Oh,
the
just one hit. Yeah, 19 hits.
and then the second one is okay, a nat one. So yeah, I rolled a 13 and a 13, so even with disadvantage, I was like, oh, that's fine. And then a 17 and a
Gotcha.
1. So oh wait, it's just a slam.
Is the slam also fire damage?
It has part fire damage,
Okay.
which
'Cause
you are
I'm
resistant to.
resistant to fire damage.
I'll give you those in separate in parts.
Thank you.
It's gonna be 13 points of bludgeoning damage from the branches, and 3 points of fire damage from the hot leaves.
Ooh.
Sylvie went, and the West went. We're gonna do this monster and then Sharp's turn, and then we can hop onto a bathroom break and help out Erica with this technical difficulty we're having. But but since she's gone already, I'm gonna use this time. So the West tree. Oh wait, I already made those attacks. Did I just did you? Oh, you just took the damage.
Yeah.
It's actually just Sharp's turn. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So Scotty, take your turn and we go bathroom.
okay. I'm going to dash. So I'm gonna roll 80 feet into the fog, trying to go up. So the way we came in and we got trapped, I want to continue to go that direction.
You were 5 feet from the fog originally, right?
So I'll go into the fog and then make my way towards the direction we were originally heading.
You go 5 feet into the fog, you go 6 feet into the fog, and then you're coming out almost Pac-Man style on the opposite end, and you are rolling in that direction. So you see Sylvie is now across from you. You can continue to, I mean, if you go that full 80 feet, you'll end up almost back where you started, but I assume you stop rolling after you realize you are not going as far as you thought.
Yes, I'll go 6 feet then. Be like,
No!
no! And then, I also need to roll my concentration because I was hit last time.
Oh, yes.
I succeed. That's fine. 17.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it matters. So no one can see me. The trees can see me, but my friends can't. All right.
I can feel you, okay?
Are any trees dead yet?
No.
Son of a bitch. All right. Then I'm going to. Which tree is closest to my friends? Yes, I'm saying friends.
Aw.
Not you.
Sylvie is of
I'm
all
up
your
on a bit.
Sylvie is your tiniest friend, and well, I guess your second tiniest friend. No, I don't really know who's tiniest between her and Tidbit, but Sylvie is squaring up with the tree. She's flying he's flying in the air, swinging on a tree that's swinging on him. Everyone else is more or less still center pocketed. Ursine is a little farther up. He's got 2 of him. Tidbit is almost stationary. Desiree moved up a little bit because she was giving her speech, but everyone's.
All right, I kind of fall to my knees, which I probably go down like an inch because my legs are short. No! And I'm gonna cast Ice Storm over the tree that's beating up Sylvie. No! And
I'm immune to cold damage.
oh, perfect. And I'll do it right over top of you as well. And I will use my magically enhanced item to get more damage. So that tree must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It got a 7.
Yes!
Very
All right.
good.
One moment.
Good old plus 2.
12, 17, 18, 18, 24, 30, and then I get the plus 8 from 36 points of cold and bludgeoning damage. Do you need the division?
No.
And now that 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. Oh, I guess a hail of rock pounds to the ground on a point within range, which is 300 feet away. Ha! So I don't need to see it. So I'm gonna do it in the fog, so it like edge is like I'll do it right in front of Sylvie. You're flying, right? Are you flying? Oh,
I'm floating,
you're floating.
roughly.
Okay, so then the difficult terrain won't affect you, but that whole ground is difficult terrain. So it's just like a Venn diagram. Like we got the circle thing, and then like I did it in the fog, so like the edge is coming in to get that tree and where Sylvia. So that like little space is difficult terrain. Yeah, 36.
10 feet around me is also difficult terrain because my ice thing, so like double diff.
It's cold as hell over there. There's a frozen pocket inside of a druid's wildfire tree alarm system that is just existing around Sylvie. That's metaphoric. We won't get into that though, but we will get into the bathroom as we head to a bathroom break, my friends, and we're gonna figure out what's going on with our girl. We miss seeing our pretty face, just so hot, and we can't see it. We're missing out. So we'll figure it out. We'll be back. Look, she's back. We found her.
I missed like 3 minutes at least, but hey.
It was like 2 people's turns, so it's okay. And they were all after you. That's fine. We just finished up the turn order, and we are jumping back into the chaos after I roll some recharges for these fun little monsters.
Why are you doing that?
Because they
just
have
don't.
right.
I say
one of
group
them
vote. Who
recharged.
doesn't want him to do that?
Too late.
Raise your hand.
This is not a democracy.
Oh.
This is D&D.
Democracy and dictators.
All that.
Democracy in D. Sounds like a song by
It's
Beethoven.
dice and my decisions. It's a different campaign, actually. So sorry. This is actually dice and your decisions. I just need you through them. Rue. One of them does recharge. I won't tell you which one. But we're back at the top of turn order with Tidbit. So many T's.
Well, maybe we don't need to fight these things.
He
Let's
thinks.
let's try and dispel magic. At 6th level on the fog.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, witches. Oh, witches.
Ooh.
The answer to that is yes, but
Have to roll for it.
Hmm.
At 6th level?
It's like over
Hmm.
3rd level, I think you have to roll for it.
well,
If
you're
it's
thinking of
something.
counterspell. This. I mean, dispel magic is an interesting one. Also, the spell that we're dispelling, Druid Grove, is a 6th level spell as well. So
Oh.
6th level is a smart choice. I'm just trying to see if there is.
Yeah, for each spell at 4th
Let me
level
just
or
look up the spell
higher,
magic.
make an ability check using your
Oh yeah,
spellcasting ability. But that also
But
says
at
off
higher
target.
level.
yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure
And
out.
DC equals 10 plus the spell level, so it'll be 16.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you're rolling a wisdom check, trying to beat 16. Brains. I never used dispel magic, but
Got a
you did
D4.
also.
At higher level automatically ends the effects of spell target if the level is equal to the slot used.
Yeah.
Oh!
There it is.
I was like, we'll get there.
Yes.
You're right. You're right. Um,
If the
yeah,
spell's
you you target the fog, and the fog begins to dissipate.
Oh, that worked!
Good job, Tidbit!
The
Shit!
tidbit.
Wait, cheese man, wait, robot man, get out of the fog. You might
I-
disappear with it.
I'm out. I'm on my little knees.
Okay. North Tree is going to.
Oh, they're still going.
The fog's gone.
Oh, it's still going. Yeah. North Tree. Okay, here we go. This one is still picking on Titty.
Oh.
I gotta go back over here. Change screens. It's a +5. 21. The other two miss. It's 21 hit.
Yes.
Ow.
And that's gonna be 19 points of slashing/fire damage.
Not the slashing slash.
I know. I hate slashing slash. Slashing slash. Slash.
Ouch.
That frog's
Doesn't
getting
slash
crispy.
slashing.
The Earth sign is up next.
Yes.
Can you cast that? I'm just kidding.
Do you remember which direction we were going? The fog is down now, right?
Yes.
Do you remember? Do we know what direction we were going in to get to Dez's house?
You had been traveling north because you had went to the mountains by using that as your compass, which was as far west as you went. Yes, you were
Okay.
heading north.
Okay, I'm team runaway. I'm gonna attempt to get to a point where everybody's within 30 feet of me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No one. I mean, no one's too far away from each other. Everyone kind of stay close. So you can be a focal
Well-
point to be 30 feet from one,
If you're in the middle, I'm technically right at the edge, so I'm 45 feet away.
except for the cheese.
I can like try to position
Like-
myself where like I can hit everybody within like 30 feet of me, right? Or
Yeah, I think. Cause I'm thinking. I mean, if because I don't think anyone else is anyone else is near an edge except for Sylvie, who was like 15 feet off their edge, which would still be 30 feet from center. So
Gotta
you
go
could
in the
be.
middle of that triangle.
Yeah, I believe in you. I believe there's a place for you. So yes.
okay, if I'm able to do that, I'm gonna cast
According to the Pythagorean
scatter
theorem.
on all of us. And
I should have said no.
if-
Damn it.
if everybody's willing, I'm going to move us 120 feet in the direction that we were traveling.
Yes.
I'm team run. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
willing for sure.
And they're slow. They're slow, so like
But they can
Run away.
feel where we are. Roots.
It's just
And
gotta
I
be a
can
range.
feel
Just gotta be a
that,
range on that.
bitch.
I love it when you call
Wow.
me bitch.
You are able to do so. Everyone is willing. You pull out your pendant of displacement. Yes, that's what it's called.
Yes.
Using his summer song, "Timeless Gift," the second one to be used actively. I'm pretty sure because the first one was
Yes.
Scott with
I'm
his
using. Oh,
chaos blade, and now we
yeah.
have our scatter. And he kind
Can't
of
blame me.
time kind of warbles around everyone, and for a moment it seems to stop, but instead what's happening is it is shifting. You are shifting through space, not so much through time, but they are similar. Everyone's kind of feels themselves like, I'm gonna walk somewhere. You feel like yourselves constrained, and then you are moving through a force, and then as you step, you are 100. You are in a new place that he has designated, which is 120 feet forward. Which does allow you all to have a moment of respite. Um, you do wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw from my boy. And also from Desiree.
Ooh.
I got a 16.
I got a dirty 20.
Nice.
16. You are safely away and you are not in danger. However, I mean, Desiree can also chime in, the ranger and the druid of the party. You know you're gonna have to figure out how to conquer that. So either I mean, you kind of are stuck with the same options of fighting the trees. You also have the option that's been mentioned of uh, Desiree's plan of waiting it out and hoping that someone realizes the alarm is going off to come and open the door, essentially, or as someone else mentioned, breaking the alarm system so that you can access the door. Dispelling the fog did dispel the fog, so it allowed you to leave the space, but the space is still being guarded by the Druid Grove. You've just removed yourself from like the doorway. So if your intention is to get into the house, you still have to use the front door. You've just teleported yourself a block away. To recap, that the front door is also now trapped, or it has some sort of alarm on
So the
it.
only way to get to the house would be to go back.
Is to go back, or if things that can't happen, like if you could cast a sending to your parents, if you had the sending spell, that'd be something you can do, or if you had means of communication. But outside of that, the only things that have been options that have come up are one is being there physically, but either waiting it out, destroying it, or Desiree happening upon the password and turning it off. But whatever gets the door open, you know you're trying to get through the door, which is the metaphorical growth.
Desiree,
You-
pull your books out.
Right. She's gonna start pulling books out, and she's gonna hand at least two to every member of the party. Someone might get a third.
How we're reading.
All right, what we're looking for, is it going to be marked as password?
Well, the only information that I have right now is that the last password had something to do with my great great granny Elm. So I'm thinking maybe a notable historical figure's name in Draconic, or something that would be specific to the Court of Summer. Maybe even a callback to something in one of the family branches.
Everyone is welcome. You have Desiree's words. This is a puzzle that I cannot answer for you because then it would give you the answer. But the answer is there. You're welcome to explore the words that she has said to you because that they are all accurate and put you on the right track. And you're also welcome to make a check or to use any kind of magic that you want that you think could supplement a check to help you out. So everyone is welcome to do that. I will throw you back through turn order, but I'll just sit with that for a good 5 seconds as I'm like, do anything you want to figure this puzzle out. Give me 5 seconds before I push it onto you.
I don't have any magic, so I'm going to be making a check.
I mean, you're the smartest one, so not the worst thing for you to do.
Hey.
Well,
All right, tidbit. How would you like to? What do you bring to the table as besides your epic boon, to figuring out what's going on here? Also, is he frozen? Okay, I was going to say frozen. Just hard focus.
No, I'm just still.
I've got trauma.
Um, could I use a legend lore boon?
In like, are you like to go ask Summer Song or to use a regular legend lore ability to scope it out? I mean, the answer is
Oh
yes.
no,
Whatever you
go
wanna do.
ask God.
Just-
I mean, one, I'm not gonna say you can't do anything, but I will say this to you: do you, Tidbit, think that Summer Song would give you the answer to a puzzle?
I think that's the answer.
Mm, mm.
He wouldn't give you a snack.
No.
I thought he was gonna give the book to Summer Song and make him read it, and be like, "Let me know when you find the answer."
Summer
Oh,
Song is the
actually, I'll
lived
try
tablet.
that. I'll take
Do it.
that idea.
Yeah, so you're gonna do. You're gonna do. Wait, what? What was the idea?
I'll legend lore and ask Summer Song to read through this book for me.
Listen, we can go meet a god. Come on, girl.
Read.
Tell me.
You cast your legend lore ability. There's a picture on the screen, my friend Scott. You all see Tidbit do that thing that almost looks like the sending, where he like was just like kind of like just kept making the croak noises, but he like builds up the big frog belly and then just holds it. It's like he's like waiting for the beat to drop, and it's just like him. And as he goes back, he himself comes forward, and he is sitting in the principal office that is God of Sir Irva, God of Time's office and abode. Screens all around you as he is perceiving multiple.
That.
Words so hard.
Kill shield, I get it.
Multitudes upon multitudes
Slashing.
of options.
Yeah.
Magic is infused around him. You can see that he is sitting almost in the universe, and this is the most composed this is his most composed state. He looks at you. Oh, you're back.
Tidbit is back. Tidbit has a request. Oh, you're waiting for Tidbit to act. Oh, okay. Tidbit must find a code word, key, and it may be in this book, but you know Tidbit does not like reading. So Tidbit was wondering if you would aid in this pursuit. Tidbit also knows you do not like giving the answers, so Tidbit was hoping you could narrow the selection. Just tear out the pages that we don't need, or some. Well, no. Well, keep them intact, but maybe mark them in a non-destructive way that they are not necessary. You have all the time in the world.
That was good.
Tidbit, little Peace Walker. He kind of like places
Yeah.
2 fingers on the book. And he slides it back to you.
Okay.
Answers aren't in there, but they are
Well,
as close as you can be to a book. Who writes books? Tidbit. Who puts the information in there?
bookkeepers.
What's another? Okay, no. That's who keeps the books after they've been written. The
Yes.
person who puts information in the book is the
Librarian.
That's the job. Nope. Okay. It's not the place where books are kept. Right? The person who puts the words on the pages in the
Yes.
books before they get to the library
Uh-huh.
is called what?
An author?
Oh, I really thought you were going to take that time. And I was really stressed. Correct. It is an author. All right. So
So the
book-
password is author.
No, this book is a riddle. The answer is not in this book, but the answer is close to the book. The person who made the book has the answer. Correct? This much we know. Because I've told you, or you figured out, that this person who wrote this book has the answer. Okay,
So
now,
where are they?
you brought me this book, so I'm going to
Yes.
assume you know where it came from. All right. Now,
Oh yes, I'll ask Desiree. She's the one who had that.
now, okay, now here we are. Now, if Desiree is the author, and that
She's
she
an
wrote this,
author.
she wrote the book, and then it would go to the library, where the librarian is. Okay, now hold there, because it's gonna get complicated. Now, let's pretend that Desiree is the library, because she is an author. She wrote the books. All that information came through her. She wrote the books. Now she has them. Where do authors get that information? I don't think you can know the answer to this one, but you should. You know where authors find
Bookkeepers.
Nope. Where do authors find inspiration for the things that they write?
Other books?
Or other. The word you already guessed today.
Authors.
Correct.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Ready for the next step? All right.
Wait, there's more. Oh, wait.
Oh, yes, yes. That's the end. Just tell you the answer. That's not how this works. Desiree is the author because she put the information in the book, but the book does not have the information. The author has the information. But the information you want is from where the author got their inspiration from, which was another author. Not the name, the person who writes books. Not your friend Arthur. Do not be confused.
Who's Arthur?
Didn't even learn the names. Why did I send you to school? Another author wrote this, who is close. Another author is the key to this, and they are close to Desiree. It's where she gets her information from. It's where she gets her everything from. That is where the answer lies. He puts the book back on the table. He looks at your
Okay.
confusion. It's like it's in there. Not the book. It's in there. You have all the information. If you just go back to your friends and do that thing you do where you just kind of say the things you've learned confusingly, perhaps they'll put it together. Sometimes it's
Oh,
yeah.
they're very good at that.
Someone's got to be. You are very, very wise.
Yes.
Not so bright. Oh, clerics. All right. Have you enjoyed the snacks?
You sent snacks?
I fill a temple full of berries and no one cares. It's fine.
Oh,
All right.
I thought that was nature's bounty. Forgive me. Thank you.
You think nature has any power over my domain? No. Time. I have power over his domain. I know nature. It's not very nice. Anyways,
Maybe you made nature do it.
nope, he's older than me. So.
Oh.
I'm.
Everyone's older than me.
Yes, that is true. You are, but. Don't know how time works, but you're very small. Very new. Mm-hmm. That's. You're small and new. I don't know if I just became Scottish right there. But you're just small and new.
Small
All right,
and
well.
neat.
You got the
Change your
answers now. You
face.
ready to change it back? Would ya? So his answer is no. But is there anything else you need?
No, you have reinforced what I have long knew. Tidbit does not need to read.
Period.
Correct, I guess. I mean, you don't need to read because you will figure it out. Unfortunately, I once knew a guy like that. Let's not get into it. All right. Can I enjoy right now? This was so awesome. Enjoy the snacks.
I will.
You are returned as you deflate your little stomach, which you guys, he held that for maybe 3 seconds, like and then he came back.
All right,
It
what
did
do you
not
say?
feel like the amount of time that passed.
I have spoken to God, and they've declared books worthless. Also, Desiree is a library,
Kind of.
Well,
and
first statement I wholeheartedly disagree with, but the second statement I do see where your god could be coming from.
I do believe it was more of in this specific scenario, these books won't help us. But God said you would, and that you already knew the answer. You just...
already know it?
Well, that's a little silly. Don't you think I would have said it earlier if I knew it? I wouldn't have made the whole scene of, saying a wrong password and then proceeding to watch you guys bleed out everywhere and have to heal you.
Well, why was that the original password when you knew it exactly?
Well, that's my great Granny Elm's name in Draconic, and she was a very well-known figurehead here, not only in our family and our little troop here, but all throughout the Court of Summer. I have some very specific pages about Great Granny Elm. Maybe if we do some quick reading here together, we might find something of use. I mean, I have a lot of
No
details
books.
about her personal life.
We better make a
Okay,
decision
so-
quick. Those trees are getting closer.
They
Ursign,
are.
you
Not,
probably as
not
well.
that much closer.
Ursign, if you want to say and Ursign, do you have any? This is all accurate. Everything has been saying is accurate. So you are on the right path, on the right track. Is anything that you put together or that you would like to add to the thing? Any checks you want to roll? Prompts you want to?
Absolutely not. However, I
Have
I'm not going to put all of our eggs in one basket. I have approximately 9.5 more minutes of speak with plants going on, so you guys are just gonna see me like lean over to a tree and like start muttering. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get this password thing going on. However, this over there, right over there, that's Desiree. I'm sure you seem like you've got some good years on you. I'm sure you remember her. If you could we could play a little game of telephone, and you could just like let parents know that we're out here. If somebody come out and get us, that'd be fantastic. I can't make you do this. I can't make you do this, but yeah, it'd be useful if you could um, help us out with that.
We've been trying to get in there for so long. It's like they just won't let us in. Can you get us in? Are you going in there? I really want to. It's safer in there than out here. Also, I hear
But
it's
you're
hot.
fine.
It's so nice. No.
Oh, you're doing
Bad
fine
things
out
are
here.
happening. No.
What do you mean bad things are happening? I mean, you're on fire.
That's a good thing. Things are going off of fire. Things are dying. Things are getting weird. Everything's weird. Let me in, please. Take me with you. Pluck me now. Pluck me.
I can't. I'm not that strong. If you're able to uproot yourself, I can tell people that you're part of our party, and you can come in with us if you want.
Yeah, animate me. Can you do that? Can you wake
don't-
up? I want to be
I-
real. I don't
I don't
want to
think
be
so.
here anymore.
Let me check my spell list. I don't speak with let's see web.
Okay.
Web? No, I don't think so.
Kill me. Just kill me then.
I could kill you. Do you wait? Really? Really?
This is a lot. This is dangerous. I don't want to live in fear of dying. If you could just end it, that'd be great. Instead of just not knowing when it's going to come, I can just ask for it to come. And then it's
Isn't it a
over.
nice feeling to feel like the inevitable death coming, and it reminds you of life, and you're like, hooray!
What kind of sick fuck? No,
Okay,
the inevitable taste of doom is disgusting because it's scary. I don't want to die. I just want to be a tree.
Gonna
But no,
pretend
I'm
to
not.
ignore this guy, and boy, how's the password thing going on, fellas?
Desiree has like a scrap piece of paper now, and she's been like in the meantime, while all of this other stuff has been going on, writing down translations or like writing down people's full names anyone that she think might be relevant to Great Granny Elm, like her parents' full names. Erica doesn't remember it, but like the partner or love interest that Great Granny Elm had, like in the dreamscape, she would write that name down. Any other names that she'd remember that she heard while she was dreaming down, and she's gonna bring it over to Sylvie and go, this is about the last ideas I have. If Tidbits God says that there's no other useful information, then I had to create some new information, right? You speak Draconic, right? I don't know if you would know direct translations to this, but it's the last thing I can think of that might work.
Yeah. With that, and like just like the knowledge that Sylvie has of like Desiree and everything, Sylvie feels for whatever reason that Desiree might come from like a matriarchal like thing. So I'm going to look at I guess Sylvie would look at Desiree and ask, "Do you happen to know like who took your great grandmother's place, so to be, when she passed?"
Would Desiree know that? I mean, I'm sure, but I don't think I have a name for that person.
Actually, you don't know. You know that your great, like that tree that stood there is Desandra's tree, and that was a grove you grew up in. But you also know that the grove had to move. There was that whole big thing where it had to move, and you also know that there was a whole like a lot of trees, like a lot of the transfer was one that the druids decided, that your family decided to do, because it was what was best for the court of summer, not so much what was best for them, and they took a heavy loss through that. However, it's you were in college for it, you hadn't been there, so you have gotten very like little information. It's kind of like, you in real life going to college and something big and drastic happens, and they're like, well, we can't tell them because like life, and they're doing stuff, we don't want to ruin the time, and so you haven't been home and since any of this happened, or had word from your family, because you just have been doing the thing for the last what feels like 9 years, just getting things done. So you don't know who it will belong to, but you do know that it is matriarchal. That is an accurate assumption, and it would go to the next strongest. The person who like can make a grove has to be a very strong and powerful druid, and so your brain can go to that.
Desiree will answer back and say, well, I don't know exactly who took her place. I've been trying to learn more about her. I have to admit, there's a gap in my knowledge, from going off to college and all. I will admit that I poured a lot more studying and learning into other areas outside of my own home. I feel
No, don't
a bit
fault yourself for
neglectful
that,
now,
Desiree.
but
No, so but when you left though, who were the baddest bitches of the grove, would you
well,
say? Circle their names that you wrote down, and we will specifically start with them.
okay, I'll definitely circle anybody that I saw her having association with. Probably not circle anybody that's like closer in line to like Des, like not her parents' names or anybody like that, but anyone that she knows was like a known associate of Desandra, she'll circle.
Make me a ooh ah gosh. The drama, it's not intentional, but make me a deception check, since you are actively like curating the information you're giving to people, even if it's in a place of honesty. And I can say that Sylvie can make me a perception check, since you're doing the list checking with her. And anyone else who is actively like with them in this whole like we are going over names and like that kind of jam, who's watching that happen, is welcome to make a perception check or as well. Oh, I said perception, I meant insight, I'm so sorry.
I got a dirty 20 on my deception.
Got a 22 with my insight.
Got a 26 on my insight.
Wait, do
Yes.
we want? Never mind. Do we want Desiree to succeed? I'm confused.
We'll find out.
I guess you just don't know. The thing that is happening is Desiree is curating a list of potential names of who could be this the password, but she's also is not putting on name. She's also actively not putting certain names on there, and it's just to know you're just trying to get a gauge of is this list from Desiree accurate, or do we think that we need to look more into it, because you also know like you can't. Desiree is a great person. She's not always the most focused because she's so focused. So it's like, oh, she might be missing something. So
She has feelings.
it's if you trust Desiree, you can absolutely just listen to her. If you think that Desiree might be getting in her own way, you can make me an insight check. But that is a you and your character type thing.
I'll watch it play out.
Cute. And we know where the guy is who's got his tree screaming at him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to ignore them or look like I can't hear you anymore. Oops.
Yes, Desiree kind of goes through that list. She hands it over, and the two of you start going through it. And I think the first thing that pops into your brain is that it. You know, you both. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that there's a weirdness in Desiree's self-perception. That is the first thing that clicks in your brain as you look at this, and you see her parents' names, or I guess her mom's name, since you were just doing matriarchal lineages, that she's not one of those. You don't know. You can't tell if that is a I'm not strong because my mom's not strong, or if I have bad vibes with my mom. But you also know it's like she's a powerful biddy, so it's like they don't just come out of nowhere. So there's a high chance that that is some weirdness. But you have a long list of names, and the first thing that's one of the things that sticks out to you is that her mom's name's not on there, or her mom's name is on there but not circled, because power runs in. Also, witches know power runs in families. Like it's often a bloodline.
It's a line.
Yeah. There's weirdness
So
here.
Desiree, if you could specifically highlight, you said Dissandra was your great grandmother.
My great Annie Elm, to be exact.
Great Annie M. Okay, so start with your mother and go mother to mother until we reach Dissandra, and I would like you to specifically highlight those names for me.
Oh God, you're gonna make me get creative on the spot. Okay, so my
Just take
mother.
me, right?
I'm like, I just gotta have a Des at the
Is this three?
beginning.
Mhm. You may as well start with
It's like,
yourself.
oh, and then there's Judy, right? It's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I'd be different.
So my mother would be Desara. Her mother would be Desnina.
Hmm.
Her
Disney.
mother, Desnina.
It's okay.
Her mother would be Dizali. And then do I need one more, or was that?
No,
I
that's
wasn't even
No,
gonna-
then
next
it's
one, Dissandra.
Dissandra.
And then after that would be my great granny Elm Dissandra, and of course all last names sticking within the family branch of Elmara.
Yeah, you can, and also that is true. Like you are looking at a legit family tree. Okay, I guess not a legit family tree because she's a tree druid. You're looking at like our interpretation of a legit family tree. Like she has like
Yeah.
her genealogy like mapped out. And so she
I
gives you
expect
that
her
whole
to.
track. Yeah, it's got pictures. She spends a lot of time on this page. It's got lots of embellishments. It's not just fact. It's like there's few words and lots of like extra energy. But yeah, you do track that is accurate, and you know that you are accurate in your assumption that it is matriarchal. If there are men who marry into these lines, you can tell that the women are often druids. I mean, they're all druids. The men are often rangers. They're all of nature, but some of them are just more attuned with the matriarch's role is to speak for nature, whereas the male role, the patriarchal role, is to defend it. They go out and fight things, whereas the matriarchs listen to the land and they tell the patriarchs what to go and fight. So they're not just killing all the stuff. They're like, this is the problem, great, and then they go do it. It's a two-part system, and yes. So you track all that. There is very female-centered. Hot bitches only is the vibe it gives.
Her. Well, I feel confident in our list of shit that I can yell.
I mean,
Should we go back?
it's worth a try, I think.
Can we not
Everyone
yell it from
game?
here? Oh.
Well, the door is literally where we left.
Yeah, but that's also where the thing's
You'll
trying
be
to.
fine, Ursine. I'll protect you.
Please do.
I mean, I have no problem going with Sylvie if the rest of you would like to hang back, I wouldn't be opposed.
How does that sound? Everybody happy?
Would you mind if
I-
Tidbit tagged along? I want to
I'd
see
feel-
you yell at a tree.
I'd feel bad.
Yeah, I'm not staying behind with Ursine. I'm going.
Yeah.
Everybody pack it up. Let's go.
Okay, these trees are yelling at me, so I am going to also go with you. It's so hard to ignore
Wait,
them.
why? Why are they yelling at you?
Hey, there's something about like the world ending and shit like that. I don't know. The world's always ending. Blah blah blah.
So existential.
It asked me to euthanize it. I don't know how I feel about. Hey, Peace Walker, if a tree asks you to euthanize it, is it okay to do that?
Is the tree alive?
It's yes.
I'll
Oh,
do
then
it.
no.
Oh,
While I do feel pretty uncomfortable with this current conversation topic, Ursan, I do have to warn you, if you're afraid of talking trees, which it sounds like there might be a chance of that, you're not going to be very comfortable meeting my family. Wait, does this mean I've made you uncomfortable this whole time? If that's the truth, then I'm so sorry.
Probably.
no,
Oh,
they were just
dear.
very. They're begging me for death, and I assume that your family won't do the same, and that's really what's making me uncomfortable.
You know
Well,
what?
I-
It's
We
all
won't know
right.
till we meet them.
You guys get going. I'll help you out. I'll stay back here and chop down this tree.
Yeah,
No.
murder
The thing
tree
is,
with
I really don't
Ursine.
want to.
The tree.
If
wants
we
it.
can relocate, if we can relocate the tree to inside the
See,
walls,
let's just
then
take
that's what I
care of this.
prefer.
I whip out my chain mace and start hacking this tree.
Yeah,
with
I'm gonna
sharp.
help you.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, we're
Whoa.
moving the tree before we go on. Just deal with it. You've already started this.
I'm gonna
I
grab
throw
Ursine
up.
real close. Ursine, look at me. Look down at me, okay? Sometimes, if a tree falls in the forest and I'm around because I'm the one who made it fall, I'll hear it. Go!
After we
I
murder the
run
tree,
away
we close out
crying.
the door.
Also, you have to wait. Sylvia's the one who's like breaking the tree down, and also the person who has the passwords. Like, they need you. Sylvia.
I feel like this
Yeah,
is
I'm
very
done once the tree is
counterproductive
done.
to our recent 8-hour excursion.
I don't know, it's making me feel really good!
Yeah, I'm hype right now.
Oh, Ursine, you can hear. Ah, thank you, the sweet,
And it's chill with that.
Oh, it likes it!
release.
I'm still
Yeah.
breaking branches off.
Okay, you finish it off, Sharp. I'm gonna go to the door.
You got it! You got it!
And then I'll go with Dez and Tidbit to the door.
Perfect.
Worst day.
As party approaches Grove, that is still on fire. It still looks as scary. There's currently no. I mean, I guess you could. It looks like it did the first time you approached it, which was just for flaming trees that now can attack you. So it's a little more jaded. But you all just reapproach, moving into the center again. Yes, great. The four start to move in. I assume that Desiree and Sylvia are taking lead. What's the
Yeah. So Sylvia will be centered and standing there with the list, looking at it, the highlighted one specifically, of I'll kind of start with a couple that Des recommended, and if they don't work at that point, I'll jump to my thought list.
Well, I can help you out with that. You have you can say as many names as you want. You have a free chance to say a name. If it's not the password, you're rolling initiative.
Oh,
And
heard.
then you're welcome to the. You can go. It'll go back into. Since only you can speak Draconic. You can on your turns you can try a new name, but
Every time. I got you.
initiate it.
Okay, then I'm
Do you trust more?
specifically gonna start with Dez's grandmother, Desnina.
That's Nina. Okay.
Yeah.
You strut up. You plant your feet. I mean, I guess you don't plant your feet. 'Cause you don't strut up either. You just float up. You,
Oh, no,
you
I
float
still
up.
plant my feet in the air as I float there.
Float up. Body just limp. It just you Peter Pan style. And you say Desnina in Draconic, and everyone needs to roll initiative. Actually, it's going to be your same initiative. So everyone just
I'm
keep
at some
their
flashing
initiative.
tree.
Yeah.
This is back into initiative.
Yeah,
So fret not.
just the
um,
three of us up here.
Oh,
Yes. So and to be clear, Sharp's not there, and
Ursun's not there, I don't think.
Ursine's not there. Okay,
No,
great.
I followed crying. I
Oh,
think.
Ursun is there.
he's there instead. So just Sharp's not there. Okay, it's fine. Sharp goes last anyway. Tidbit. Well, I mean, I guess I have to do it, don't I? There's a thing that happened last time we started this, when the answer went wrong, and as Desnina is said in Draconic, there is not a flash of genius that goes through Sharp, but a stroke of catastrophe as all the leaves start to shake around those 4 trees and they explode. I need dexterity saving throws from everybody but Sharp.
Nice.
Fair.
He spent so long complaining about that time he took all that damage.
I'm at least still resistant to
I
fire.
definitely failed. I
assuming it
got an
hasn't been
8.
Dirty 20.
20 passes, 8
dexterity.
fails,
I also got an 8.
8 fails,
I got a 16.
16 passes, 2 passes, 2 fails. That is gonna be.
Oh wait, I forgot my modifier. I forgot my
yes,
modifier.
you guys. Oh, and also you're still near each other, so you get the plus D4.
That was with it added.
It was.
If I get a 12, I feel like I'm still gonna fail though.
I got a
Why don't you
15.
roll a 4?
15 is the DC, and Ty goes to defender. So you now look at somebody's god. You got your own. Look at you. The plants love you. Plant Jesus. So only Erica failed now. Got. It is going to be. This is all fire damage. So that's for anybody who's got the spells still going up or whatever's going on. It's all fire damage. It is 52 points of fire damage if you failed. It is. What's that? 52. 26 if you passed. And if you have any resistances, it's half of whatever number I said just now. Hurt yourself accordingly.
Oh, per.
Except for Sharp. I can just feel his little parts of his body finally cooling off from that blast that hit him approximately like 30 seconds ago when you first walked into that alarm system.
I am going to use a reaction to use absorb elements for resistance. So I take 13 damage.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And that's why you were saving it earlier. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Now that everyone's been slapped up, tidbit. Oh, my crispy frog.
Okay. First things first, I want to use my movement to jump up. Tibbet has apparently a 15-foot vertical. I'm gonna try and just snatch
You're
that
just 3
paper
feet tall,
out of
so-
Sylvie's hands. I just want to snatch the list of names away from Sylvie real quick. Just be like, okay, my turn.
Yeah.
And I'll cast tongues on myself.
Okay, I was like, do you speak Draconic?
I do
Now we do.
So I do. Perfect.
So for
Now
an
you get
hour, I can
Do a name to a turn.
and I'll read off Sylvie's or Desiree's mother.
Izara?
Yes, in Draconic. Well, I guess just.
Yeah,
I
in
wonder if that's
Draconic.
gonna work. Yeah, in Draconic.
That is important. Oh, that's the first sample. Okay, great. Yes. You walk up. Sylvie says, Desina, Desnina, in Draconic, it doesn't work. The trees activate, explode. The alarm system resets itself, and you can see the trees starting to the tree leaves starting to reform themselves because after they pop, it's bare. The fires ignite and the leaves reform before they start attacking you again. They reflame themselves and they start to lurch as if they are going to make the attacks they are doing attacking, throwing leaves at you until you open your mouth and say Dezara in Draconic, and the trees dim. The fire starts to dissipate. It gets a little bit lower, until it's almost just a faint glow. They are no longer burning torches. They are small luminaries that light a path. And you see that those four start to diminish in flame to become the luminaries, smaller ones start to prop up, and it becomes almost like a what are those planes? A runway. There it is. A runway forms as it's leading you somewhere. Desiree, make me a wisdom saving throw, and Andrew and Sharp, make me perception checks at disadvantage. How do I think about that one?
I got 23 for my wisdom save.
Perfect, thank you.
16.
Boy.
Perfect.
$18.
You notice nothing. And as
Good.
you're all walking, as you all you're walking down this lit up path, Sharp, you see what is happening. You rejoin with the group. I assume not dragging the tree. You just chop it down. You didn't break it.
No, I
you just
used
chop-
acid splash. It's a puddle.
Oh, he melted the tree down. He's like, I'm an
How we
artist.
wanted it.
And she was like, yeah, burn me. You just didn't hear that. And as you all kind of start to head together down this lit path, you are moving as a unit. It's a very somber and dramatic moment because like the lighting is just giving drama in every sense. Desiree, there is a moment of recognition, realization, maybe of a truth that perhaps Desiree herself did not want to have to recognize. If that password works and your mother's name is the password to this tree, what does that mean for your mother? And as you think that thought in that moment, you see a figure appear in front of you. Oh, Desiree, what are you doing in here, kid? Come quick! It's not safe out there. Come, Alicia, come quick! I heard the alarm. Come on, come! And he starts to urge you as you were first silently walking. And this man opens the proverbial door at the end of imagine you're in like a fancy ass mansion, and there's like a real a gateway that blocks out the public, and there's like a really long art walkway that leads to the actual house. He's at the house door. You've come to the gate, and you're like moving solemnly, and he looks.
Do I recognize this man?
That's your daddy, and he looks. But the difference is your dad is always like, he's not. He's like doesn't have Druid energy about him. He's like works. Should have been an accountant. Like he's like, I like do like yes. Your mother was the dirty hands, the crazy hair, the bee of it all. But he's like very like put together. He's the calm one. He likes to read books and like all that. But you can see on his face, he's sweating. Like there's stress. You're not seeing him display emotion since you've ever really known him. He's always just been kind of calm. He's a do what you're told kind of guy. But he looks stressed. He sees you. He looks confused, and he's like waving you in towards them, which I feel like instinctively kicks you into a slight like John. Almost, it's like it's like the black people thing of I see somebody running. I'm not asking questions. I too am now running. You just like feel that pace of like, oh my, what's happening? And you just start moving. Which signals the rest of the group to also start running as Desiree sees someone start to speak, says her name out, waving them in, and then she almost moves into damn near dead sprint. She doesn't ever move that fast. She's normally carried by a tree. Old girl's like skirt hiked up, like Jenny, like moving, like she's going. It kind of like prompts everyone into like a flocking formation as you all start to run down this very dramatic light way. Also, the house in the metaphor is not an actual house. It is a giant tree, and you see at the very top of it there is almost like Kids Next Door style. It's like a building attached to it. It's a giant tree house. Thing pointing where you can't see. Thing happening in the leafy regions, but it's a giant tree as you all are running towards that. And that is where we will end the night and pick up next week inside safely. Desiree Almira's Wildfire Druid Grove, where she gets to meet the family that she hasn't seen in quite some time. We will find out just how long next week. And I will say Desiree will also find out just how long next week. So we'll see you then, friends. Bye. Everyone say bye.
Bye. Bye.